Killa. I love board games, and I am excited about playing through. This was kind of the game that I started my idea for streaming, and I was really excited about the idea of playing it online. And I didn't think we'd be able to do it during my normal stream, table flipping games, where we play games on Tabletop Simulator. And so it's really cool to be able to get on here and check it out. One thing I will note is there was an update. So if you have pre-purchased the game, there was a little bit of an update today, and you might go in, and if you haven't already, and check your graphics settings. I'm still having this issue where when I select the resolution that will fit my actual monitor, it still doesn't seem to be set correctly. So I'll just set it at the next lowest so we don't have those kind of glaring pictures on either side. I mean, they're not bad pictures, but I don't know if I want to keep staring at those same ones. Maybe they haven't gotten that resolution built in quite yet. So there's all kinds of things available. If we go into deck editing, obviously we can make a new deck. I actually do need to go in here a little bit. I want to work on my Spore deck because I think I'm going to try to add a different spirit hero. I may remove Eowyn for right now. I hate doing that, but the problem is that I'm not really doing enough damage. And so I really need a hero who's going to come in and do a little bit better damage. I already have Tom in. So my choices are either to take out Eowyn, who is a lore hero, a spirit hero, and she's really a great quest completer. But this is not really the stage that I'm on. Is not a huge questing. At least the stage that I'm on. Willpower is. I already have some good willpower, so I could either add Glorfindel, who really doesn't have better damage than Eowyn. He does have more willpower if he takes damage. Or I guess if he takes damage, he reduces threat, which is pretty good. And I do have healers, so that could really allow me to basically play forever, or for a long time, right? And so that's kind of a cool idea. If I pick lore instead, I could bring in Faramir, who would let me draw a card. He doesn't really have more damage, but he would let me draw a card when I vanquish an enemy. I can also grant guard to a character this round, which I'm not sure about that power. I think I am going to go with Glorfindel, so I'm going to remove Eowyn and I'm going to add in Glorfindel just to see if I can. I mean, he does have the same combat potential as Eowyn, but the fact that he can reduce damage, and if I can get my healer out, then he could just take damage forever, conceivably, and constantly reduce the threat. And I already have a lot of threat reduction as well, so I am going, and I forgot to save the deck, of course. So I'm going to take Eowyn out again, put Glorfindel in, and then save it. So he's a little bit of a switch out. I'm not a big fan of having to change your deck. I don't know. I always feel like I know a lot of these card games, especially Lord of the Rings, as difficult as it is, you almost have to retool your deck for the adventure and not worry so much about how much that you basically can't beat. You can't have one good deck that can beat any quest. Maybe if you were playing co-op, you could have that, but I don't know. It's kind of disappointing to me to not be able to take this deck everywhere because it was so powerful for all of the other quests. Hey, Joe. Yeah, release day. Get back to the dark. Yeah, now that I have two spirit heroes for sure. Oh, you think, Joe, are you saying Glorfindel is one of the best cards in the game? That edition? I hope so. That would be cool. I'm excited about trying this whole idea of really minimizing threat, driving threat down. Let's see. So we'll... Oh, I gotta make sure I got the right deck here. Now, once again, I did not... It didn't look like it saved. Oh, now I've got... Okay, so it's the Spore Master. Okay, so I do have Glorfindel in. These blonde elves, I mean, you can't hardly tell them apart. I'm going to start on a regular mode, adventure mode. So I'm not going to cheat and play on easy mode. Huge event level 2 spirit card at 0 cost. Which one? Put back. Oh, I see. Put back to the dark in deck now that. Okay, I got you. I got you. So let's take a look at that before we jump into the quest. So we're going to go. I'm assuming this is a spirit card since I have 2 spirit heroes. So we'll look at the cards that are level 2. Nope, I want only level 2. Back to the dark. Okay. Defeat 1 exhausted minion. Wow, that's a good card. So I definitely want to add that. Let's go into our Spore Master deck. So we got to figure out a way to get this in. I almost think Limbus can be removed simply because I've already got a lot of healing. So I can remove 1 Limbus. Remember, you got to have 30 cards in your deck. Bjorn's Hospitality, maybe also. I still keep a copy of each one, but the nice thing is that I've already got a lot of healing, so taking a little bit out shouldn't be too bad. Okay, yeah, and the fact that it's level 2 cost, yeah, Joe, you're right about that. So let's try that as well. That's an awesome card. And there are a lot of minions that I can hit, but I can't completely destroy them, so having that card could be a lifesaver on this stage. Now, one of the sad things is I can't use it to defeat the slug, which is the real bane of my existence. I think this is the right one. Right quest. Yeah, we're on We Must Away. So we'll go ahead and skip the story. Basically, Gollum tricked me, and now I got knocked into a dungeon, a sewer. Yep, this is the right one. Alright, so I do start off at 28 threat, which isn't too bad. I've got some cards that I like. I like that I've got a healer to start off with, a couple healers, and the caregiver healer can become a tank somewhat. I've got another tank, Outrider, and I've got a Starbruch. I really like a lot of these cards. The only problem is that I have a lot of 2-cost cards, so I can't play very much right off the bat. So I'm wondering if I should trade in something. So I'll trade off Watchful Peace, and I think I'll keep the rest. That's a lot to keep, but and of course I get Narya, who, yeah. Okay, so I got to defeat the giant slug on the stage, and by the way, even though I can't set my resolution, I was able to, and I recommend switching because they have higher anti-aliasing settings that I wasn't set at, and there was another setting that was really high that I could set higher. Let's see, graphics quality and anti-aliasing. We're actually at a lower setting, and now that I have beefed it up to the highest setting, it looks beautiful. The auras around the cards are really fantastic looking. So that's awesome, and I can't wait to play the game in the actual setting in my monitor. So. I do need to zoom in I'll have to redo my game capture next time so that it actually is playing at a normal size instead of it's a little bit small there. Okay. So I definitely need to start off with Tom with his ability to cancel damage from the next attack. I've got 2 attacks at 3 damage coming at me, but if I'm lucky and he attacks with the slug, I could reciprocate with Glorfindel and kill the snake before it gets a chance to hit. We'll see if I get lucky. No, he did attack with... Oof. So the AI is a little bit harder. He attacked with something smaller, and so deflected my damage. So I definitely need to go after the snake with Glorfindel because I can keep it from attacking anybody, and that's 3 damage mitigated. I will take 3 damage. Someone will take 3 damage, but I won't take 6, so that's probably the best bet right now. Okay. So I killed the snake, took 3 damage on Arwen, unfortunately, but she'll start healing next round, and I'll bring out a healer to help out. Now the question is what am I going to do about the bats? I can't actually attack them, so I'm going to take another 2 damage, which I don't want to do, but I might as well go ahead and get Starbreach going as far as giving me Stalwart. But the question is, do I want to give it to Arwen, or do I want to give it to Glorfindel, who could attack twice? Alright, unfortunately I'll give it to Glorfindel, so I won't be able to use it. And unfortunately, I should have put him on guard, because then that would have reduced the threat. But Arwen's down to 4, but it's not completely terrible. I can exhaust the giant slug. Definitely the cards seem like they're a lot bigger font, and they take up a little bit more space when you hover, when you zoom in. So I could exhaust the slug next round. That's a pretty good one. Grant block to every character this round. I definitely need to get the caregiver out so we can get some healing going. I could also get the minstrel out, and she could heal also every time. But the nice thing about the caregiver is he can be a tank next round. And he's really the only option as far as with the resources I have left. I can only bring in 1. So yeah, so here we go. He's still got 3 resources, so he's going to be playing another snake. I will guard with him. And actually, Glorfindel would be able to guard twice, starting next round, which is kind of nice. So I can't really take out any of these guys with Arwen by herself. She could start whittling someone down, or we could start working on exhausting the giant slug for next round. And I still don't really know what he's planning on playing with his remaining 3 resources. I guess I will work on... I don't really have any choice because I can't play a card, so I guess I'll work on Fate and exhaust the slug. So he just gave the Rock Adder an extra 2 hit points. And there's literally nothing I can do unless I want to give block to everybody, but that wouldn't really do any good. Okay, so he casts some bats who attack. And they're trying to whittle down Arwen. Okay, so because... oh, that's cool. So that adds direct fate, not willpower. I thought Glorfindel's power was willpower, which is pretty rad because that fate build-up, if he doesn't get attacked, is going to be awesome. So we're going to go ahead and exhaust the slug. Oh, first I got to heal somebody. Obviously, it needs to be Arwen. We're going to exhaust the slug. And at this point, I'm hoping that I will be able to start blocking some big attacks and doing some big attacks this round. So we've got Tom, who's going to lower the next hit, which again, he uses somebody low. We definitely want Glorfindel to block some, and he'll also do damage that way. Yeah, so he'll take out a couple of guys doing some blocking, and that's going to reduce threat. So now the question is, what is Glorfindel going to do with his next action? I definitely want to try to use him to take out, and he doesn't really need to take any more damage because he can only reduce threat by 1. So extra damage is not really going to be ideal. I am going to block with the caregiver. Yeah. Not a lot of damage. So somebody's going to take 2 damage. I have a feeling if I bring out the minstrel, which I want to do before he attacks. I wish I could attack, but I can't. I like that. I like the graphics that are on here now. Yeah, definitely big X. You cannot do that. I guess I could guard again. Even though Glorfindel would take 2 damage, he would kill this bat. Probably the smart thing to do. Yeah. So we have 1 less guy on the field. But it does bring in another smaller guy. I guess I will go ahead and block. But I also want to bring in the minstrel so that... I should have brought in the minstrel earlier. And of course she's exhausted. Okay, so we don't exactly know what's going to happen now. Unfortunately, I did not get a good card draw. Man, I do get Narya a lot, which I know is not really, doesn't really mean too much because it's just luck, right? But the fact that I have drawn it so many times and without Gandalf, it's kind of annoying. If I set Arwen on guard, then I'm going to be kind of wasting. But I don't really have any choice. It's either guard or fate. I don't really need a lot of extra resources, so fate seems not necessary just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and have her guard. Okay, not great because... Okay, so I either choose +1 for each of your allies or discard one of your allies. Well, I'm not really going to discard one of my allies, so I'm going to get some fate. I'm not too worried about getting some extra fate because he'll definitely reduce it. And I'm hoping I'll have some other things that will reduce fate as well. Okay, so she can heal somebody. I'll heal Glorfindel, because I might have him continue to block for a while. Alright, so now we can defeat an exhausted minion. And they don't even have to be damaged, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So I have a feeling if I use Tom's ability, yeah, he's using a little guy. I definitely need to block some damage, so I'm going to guard with the caregiver. Yeah. So at that point he dies, but at least I got rid of that 3 damage. Glorfindel needs to block because I cannot lose the minstrel. And if I do block, it's possible if he attacks with the bats that I'll be able to heal someone. And he doesn't. I mean, I really need to have someone block. I guess it will be him. And he's already taken damage, I think. Maybe he hasn't taken damage. Oh, he had to have taken damage this round because he blocked the first hit. So he's definitely got the threat going down. Maybe I should block with Arwen. Because she'll definitely kill the bat. She'll take 1 damage, but they'll be even instead of him being down at 4. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I know. No Gandalf ever. So I do get to heal someone because of the creature dying. I think I'm going to heal her so I don't have to worry about event cards coming in. Now Glorfindel can act again. The problem is that I know somebody else is going to come out. So I need to get the Rovanian Outrider out. And now I've got a little bit more help. Oh, discard his attachment. Damn, so I lost Stalwart on him. I definitely can't play to defeat an exhausted minion. These guys are really just not that powerful, so... He's probably going to exhaust... And I could give myself block next round, which will really help keep me from taking a lot of damage. I could also give myself the extra money. So let's see what he's going to do. I'm going to have the minstrel add fate. See if he can. Okay, so not really doing much else. I could definitely have the I can have Glorfindel attack, and I can have both of these guys attack, or I could have Glorfindel go for the extra resources. Not that I need resources anyway, so I don't really need that right now. I don't need resources because my cards are trash and they're cheap anyway. Okay, so let's give. I'm almost wondering if I should get rid of at least one Narya, unless I were to get Radagast, right? 2 fleeting heroes, or Tom Bombadil. Just for 1 fleeting hero is, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Alright, so I will get rid of the snake, and that's going to heal, which is much more of a need right now. So she's back up to normal. And then I will work on the other snake. And there's really not much else to do. I definitely am going to use Spirited Defense next round. Nice. So yeah, his fate reduction is basically keeping the game frozen in time. So I really do have a good amount of time to finish a lot of what I want to do. Ooh, good. So I get to draw some cards. That's nice. I definitely want to give myself block this round. But man, there is only 1 enemy out. It seems like it might not be worth it. I know what's going to happen. If I use Tom's power, he's going to attack with the snake. But what happens if I block with Glorfindel? He'll take a lot of damage from that slug, but I think he will attack with the slug. Maybe we should test and see if the AI is smart, how smart it is now. It definitely seems smart enough now to not attack when Tom's got his power going. So let's see what happens if I do a block and not use Tom's power right off the bat. Yep, he attacked. So definitely the AI is smarter. I do have to be careful because the slug is going to restore damage when it attacks. Oh, and Glorfindel doesn't have... Yeah, that's right. Glorfindel does not have the ability to... he lost his Starbruch, so... Unfortunately, I'm going to be kind of out. So I'm going to go ahead and play Mythander's Advice, hoping to get some good cards. For a snare, that's good. It only exhausts a minion, though, unfortunately. Okay, so we get +1 threat after attacking this enemy, but I should be able to finish him off in 1 hit, so it's not too big of a deal. Limbus restores 2 health to a character and readies him, so that's definitely something I should play with Glorfindel. Whew, that actually saved my bacon quite a bit. So now we've got a hazard. Deal 1 damage to 1 random character every time you play a card. Okay, so I can't play cards until I get rid of this, but Arwen could definitely get rid of it pretty easily. So I think I'll have her do that. Oh, I was supposed to put everybody on block. Well, that's next round. Okay, so Glorfindel should definitely take out the snake, which will give us some healing. Oof, so the threat's going up pretty high just because restore every enemy to full health. If no health is restored, summon 2 random enemies. Eek. Okay, so I'm going to have to try to get rid of this. Revenge. I'm trying to remember what revenge means. If that's... So it doesn't... I think it's if it's... Yeah, when it's defeated. Okay, so whenever I defeat it, it's going to get some extra threat. But it's going to take one... It's going to heal 1 damage every time it attacks. So what I want to do is I want to avoid... I want to do enough damage to it to where it's going to just heal a little bit, but not bring out 2 enemies, because 2 enemies would be really bad. So I got to do some damage to it, unfortunately. I probably will do that with this guy, with the Outrider. Okay. Now, how does that do damage? Oh, he's got counter, that's right. Okay, so R1, unfortunately... Ugh. She's going to have to go after the hazard. Hey, guys. Yeah, I agree, Logic. Gloomhaven's got a long ways to go. For sure. And it's sad that a lot of characters are missing, but I almost would rather kind of play the base game just to get an idea of it and see how cool it is. I actually need to play again sometime soon because they did put the X cards in, which that was one thing that I was thinking, man, there's just really nothing to do in between stages because I only have the one card that I add per level when I level up. But now it seems like there's going to be a lot of choice when you go into the stages. But we'll see. All right. So I can't forest snare anything really. I'm going to have the minstrel go ahead and add a little bit of fate. And then I'll hold on to the rest of the cards. So I'm reducing the threat enough that it's not, the upkeep isn't happening yet, or the threat event. So Arwen needs some healing. Ooh, I get to draw 2 more cards. That's good. I could really use that. Okay, so I know that he is going to attack with the birds. And I don't really want... I want to start using Glorfindel to do some damage, so I think... Oh, I got to do the block. Okay, so every character's got block. So at this point, the Ravanian Outrider... Arwen could take the damage. It's a tough one. Because whoever gets hit, it's probably going to be the slug. Whoever gets hit is going to take 2 damage and not 3. So I probably want it to be the Outrider. Yeah. It's getting them kind of low, but I should be able to do enough damage that it is easy to finish out. And I actually won't have Tom use his ability because I have Arwen guard, and the birds will kill themselves on her. He's got a treachery card ready, so I got to be careful. He's probably going to cancel if I play Mithrander's Advice, but... Okay, so he's not attacking with the birds. So at this point, I got to pour some damage on the slug to start getting him whittled down. So I'll start with... actually, I'm going to go ahead and use Mithrander's Advice because... Yeah, cancel the next event, of course. Gave Stalwart to this guy, so he'll get to attack twice. Man, I really wish I could have drawn 2 cards. So I can't really attack anyone yet because I can't attack the birds, which I want to attack, and I can't work on... I don't really want to start working on the slug just yet because I want to see if he pulls anything else out. So I'll have the minstrel work on some fate. Okay, well, I need some more allies out to do some damage, but for right now, I'll go ahead and have Tom attack, which thankfully it blocks the damage when they attack as well from the counter. Bird doesn't seem to be... Oh, I think he ended his turn, so he's not going to be able to attack at all. Okay. I could force snare this bird, but it's really not that powerful. So I guess I'll just end phase and see what I get next round, card-wise. Oh, that sucks. He didn't... Glorfindel did not take damage from that hit, so the threat went up. But that's okay because the enemy is, recharged to full, which sucks because I had him down to like 8, but it's better than getting 2 new enemies out. We'll heal Arwen. Alright, so now we've got some kick-ass ability here. I can bring Gandalf out and do some big damage. For sure. And then get Narya out to help keep him out permanently. Arwen is guarding, and I'm afraid she's going to take that slug hit, but I mean, it might be worth it to get, and I can get her healed up just to get Gandalf out and he'll do 3 damage plus attack for another 4 damage. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll deal 3 damage to the slug. Okay, so he did attack Arwen with the slug. We knew that was going to happen. She's kind of low. We just got to be careful. I will have our Outrider guard next, just in case he tries to get clever with the bat, which he does. That gives him a resource, but it also allows me to heal. So we'll get Arwen back up a little bit. Now we just have the slug to deal with, which should not be a problem. We'll get Narya out just to wait and see what else he's playing. Okay, so got some more bats. Not a big deal. We'll have Tom cancel this attack. And now we've got some damage that can be dealt for sure. Taking out any new enemies is always a good idea because of the fact that it gives me healing. But I also want to see if he's bringing out any more enemies. So I think I'll work on Fate first with the Minstrel because she can't really do anything else. Okay, so we do have some more bats. End of round. Wow. So at the end of the round, he gets +1 threat. Wow, that guy needs to die. And I really can't force snare him. Man, I don't want Arwen to take a hit, but she's going to guard that guy. That's annoying. So that guy definitely has to die. I don't think he's going to do anything else. So I guess I'll take him out with Glorfindel. I can heal Arwen. Of course, he's got a treachery card. I definitely need to attack the slug all the time I can. Yeah. Does do a little bit of damage, but I can heal him up, and I'm within 1 round now of killing this guy. I can always get the last little orcish medicine and heal every hero back up, which I may need to do. They're pretty low. I don't think I want to do Back to the Dark for these bats. They're not that bad. So we'll go another round. Now I can at least get some resources. But again, my cards aren't really that expensive. I'm not having trouble. Definitely need to heal Arwen. So I need to use Tom. He's much more useful with his ability now because 2 and 3 damage, at least in blocking, probably 2 damage, yeah. And then I've got to figure out a way to block the slug. I've got a handmaiden who can reduce threat, but that's not going to help me immediately. I can hunt for supplies or heal. I mean, the only logical thing is to have the Outrider take the 1 damage. And even though he dies... So it heals every time it attacks. So that's the problem. I still don't know what he's going to do exactly with the... with his treachery or with his remaining 4 resources, so I'm just going to kind of try to wait him out. Deal 1 damage to every exhausted character. Great. So this is definitely about endurance. You really want to make sure... Yeah, I know. I finally get to use the Narias. I'm sure he's going to cancel one at some point, so I'll be glad I have the second one. I mean, I really should get the Handmaiden out now for a little bit extra threat reduction and Exhauster, of course. Stalwart on the bats. Okay. Well, the bats can die this round. But unfortunately, if I kill the bats, I may just be able to get away from the bats, like just run, because they're going to summon more bats if I kill them. Even though it'll give me healing. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, I can't believe he's not playing block on... Okay, can't have attachments, that's why. So I'm not even going to worry about these bats at this point. I can definitely finish the slug. I'll take a damage, but I also will have the ability to use Orcish Medicine. So, finish him off. Okay. Restore. Okay, so I'm going to heal Gandalf because all the heroes are going to be able to heal. So at this point, I will use Arwen to get the Fate up. Use Orcish Medicine. Oh, that's right. I forgot. It actually heals them above their normal hit points. Well, it got them back up to only missing 1 hit point, so that's not bad. Ooh, they moved the travel button down to the bottom. That's interesting. I like that. Okay, so this guy's not following me. And I can't play anything else really, so I'm just going to go ahead and travel. And he reduced the threat since he took some damage, which is awesome. So the nice thing is, going into the next stage, not really missing a whole lot of damage. This next stage is grueling just because if you're already low, you've got all these enemies right here. Apply 1 progress to intruders in the tower. Probably need to do that. I can also... This is where I can get rid of an exhausted minion. Survive for 4 rounds as you fight your way across the corridor. So she can heal. We want to get Gandalf back up to full hit points. Ooh, I got my Starbrooch back. I wish I could put it on Gandalf, but Glorfindel's alright. I can force snare someone as well, which is amazing. I think what I'm going to do is... I don't want to force snare the Taskmaster because he boosts everybody's attack. And if I snare the Dol Guldur orcs, then that's a 4 damage character. That's pretty amazing. So I think I'll use Tom's ability to get rid of 1... Yeah, 1 of the attacks. I'm going to take 3 damage, so I need to decide if I'm going to block with who I'm going to block with. I know if I block with someone, then he's going to do 4 damage to that person. If I use Forest Snare, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Man, I just don't know what to do. Okay, so I'm going to use Forest Snare on this minion. So now he's out of play. I took 3 damage, lost her, but I mean, really, there's not much I can do with her. I don't want to get 2 more threat because that's going to summon Uthak, and that will suck. But I am going to do Back to the Dark and get rid of the... Instead of getting rid of the high damage guy, he's out anyway, so he can't do anything else. I'm going to use it to get rid of the Taskmaster, who's beefing up everybody's melee, and he's difficult to kill because he's got 6 hit points. And that heals, so I'll get her back up to normal. Ah, we got another guy that's just as bad almost as these other guys I snared. So he can literally do 4 damage. So I guess, oh, how did that... Oh, that's right, he does 3 damage back. So we'll get him healed back up. Sorry, it's not a big deal. I need to watch that, though, with the guard, because I don't want to get him so low that he's almost going to die and not... Okay, so we got to get Starbreach on. Now he can attack twice. We've got another attack coming in to kill these guys. She can heal again. We'll get Gandalf back up. Now everybody's only missing like 1 hit point, which is amazing. This is the way I want this deck to run. I'm going to apply a progress to intruders because otherwise there's not really any other way to make it go faster. And eventually I'm going to get this hunt for supplies, maybe next round. Oh. Yeah, because there's no real reason to attack the Dol Guldur orcs, so I might as well just... Okay. So I need to make sure Glorfindel is taking some damage. So we'll get him healed up. Walk and guard. Okay, so we'll put my guy in guard, and then that way he'll reduce threat. Now he's got block, but he doesn't have guard. So I can't do any damage to him with anybody but Gandalf. So I'm going to go ahead and well prepare. So if he plays an event, it'll cancel it. Okay. Ooh, so he's got a surge action. Okay, so now it's really just a matter of attacking. So let's have Gandalf go ahead and start on this guy. +2 attack, of course. Well, we can definitely take him down with Arwen. Let's see, yep, of course he's playing something else. But that's okay, because Tom can take him out. And that will heal someone. Let's see, yeah, we gotta get Glorfindel back up. Okay. I wish that I could unexhaust Gandalf, but I can't. So this guy's going to just stick around for another round. We'll get... Yeah, because he blocks. So even if I were to attack with Glorfindel, he's not going to do enough damage to knock him out, unfortunately. I don't know. I guess I'll add some fate with her because the last, or whatever stage is next, might have a new fate event. So we're keeping the fate down. Hopefully we can keep doing that. Get Glorfindel back up. Alright, we got a Watchful Peace, which is going to reduce threat even more, have a little bit more breathing room. So everything does a pretty good amount of damage. So I think Tom using his ability right now will be useful. Okay. So now we're going to take 4 damage unless I guess I could attack, but he's got guard. So somebody's going to take a big amount of damage. But in return, they'll also destroy. So I think it's going to have to be Arwen, unfortunately. Ooh, but he attacked with someone else, which is okay because now I can take him out before he does his 4 damage. So 3 damage wasn't great, but it was better than 4. But now we've got a huge veteran patrol guy. Wow, that's a lot of damage too. I don't want to lose the minstrel because she's one of my few healers right now. I just wish he did 1 more damage so I could take him out with Gandalf. Alright, I guess we'll take Glorfindel down to a dangerously low level. But that will at least allow me to kill him. Yeah, let's reduce threat. Man. Draw a card, increase threat by that card's cost. Limit 3. Ugh. So I just kind of lost the whole point of that card. Alright, so we'll have the caregiver. He'll be a little bit of a tank. But I gotta do something with this guy first. Man, gotta take this guy out, unfortunately. But that'll give me another heal. Then we'll bring... Okay, so Sauron passed finally. Bring a caregiver out. Get a little healing action in. Unfortunately, a lot of these guys just don't do damage, but they can allocate their threat or their fate. Alright. So thankfully keeping fate low. Although it would be nice to get Uthak right now, because then I could just run away. So I can travel, but the problem is you don't ever want to travel until everybody's exhausted, because everybody's going to get to hit you. So we got to get people healed up a little bit more. These guys all hit fairly hard, so man, I got to use Tom a little bit. But he's going to attack with the guy with 1 hit point, of course. Of course. My healer can take some damage, so he's going to guard. These other guys, I can knock out this guard guy here. Oh, but if he does that, Gandalf is going to take 3 damage. Man, this sucks. Got to take 6 damage, and there's really not anywhere I can get rid of it. Because what's going to happen is, let's say I use Gandalf to kill the guard. That does 3 damage to Gandalf. Gandalf's down to 1 hit point, and I don't have anybody to protect Gandalf from getting that last 3 hit points. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just have Glorfindel eat some of it. Brings that guy down to 1. Gandalf attacks to avoid the other 3 damage. And that heals Glorfindel, which is a little bit better. And now he brings out... That's not too bad. Arwen could definitely take that remainder. Yeah. Now at this point, what I want to try to do is damage enough that I can get some healing out of it. Why can't I play well prepared? Cancel the next event that he plays. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I think it's because I already have it. Yeah, I already have one. And he hasn't played any events. Okay, so I definitely want to just get out of here, but I should use him to at least kill one guy because that way I can heal a little bit. And then she'll allocate her fate, or her willpower to fate, and then we'll travel. This is the first time that I've used this deck to be able to get past this stage. I hope this is the last stage. Alright. Okay, good. Final encounter. Whew! Drive off Smeagol and save Bilbo. Smeagol will flee if at 2 or fewer hit points. And I get to heal to start off with, which is good. We've got to get Glorfindel up there, because if he blocks, I can keep the threat down. Oh, good. We don't have that location-specific event anymore, so we won't get the Chief Uthak. But we will get a River Troll, so we got to be careful not to get him back. Oh, we got Watchful Place. We got Summon a Random Ally. I mean, we got to get that ally out, right? Yeah, let's see what we get. Ooh, Trollshaw Scout, Revenge, exhaust 1 random enemy, so he'll be a good tank. We've also got some hazards out here. Summon a random orc. Uthak smashes the gate. So we got to get... Oh, that's a 2-turn hazard, so that is going to stay in play for 2 turns. No choice on that one. You must free Bilbo from this cell. Restriction Smeagol is in play. Now, restriction probably means that I can't get Bilbo out. I can't work on that quest. Yeah, if the listed restriction is in play. So first I've got to reduce Smeagol to 2 or fewer hit points. That's going to be... So I've got a lot of help with guarding and healing. And this guy definitely can help guard. So I'm going to put him on guard. Just to start off with. Okay. So I did get attacked by Smeagol. So I want to wait and see what else he brings out here before I start committing anybody. It's going to be pretty easy for me to reduce him to 2. With Gandalf alone, he's going to do 4 damage. So I'm going to work on reducing threat, see what he's going to play. Okay, so this guy can't be hit as long as he's unexhausted. Every upkeep, he does 2 damage to a random character, or 1 damage to one random character. So I got to keep everybody from being at like the bottom level of hit points. So I should put someone on guard, like Glorfindel, because then he'll kill this guy if he attacks him. Yeah. And which he probably will. Oh, that's right. He's got range, so he goes around guard. Okay, well, he did kill my kind of useless guy. Um, I should have used Tom actually instead to reduce the damage to nothing. But we'll live and learn. Got him down to 2. I'm trying to avoid using high... Gandalf is both high willpower and high attack, but he's going to be the only one who's going to get rid of Gollum. Yeah, screeching about how tricksy and mean you are, the creature flees through a crack in the wall. The last you hear of him is a wailing precious. So now I can just work with these remaining characters on freeing Bilbo, which I'm going to make... I'll be able to do this in 2 rounds if nothing surprising comes out. Alright. Okay. Oh, I forgot that sniper's still out. So guarding doesn't really matter when it comes to the sniper, and I can't really attack him until he's unexhausted, or until he is exhausted. So it's just kind of one of those things that's going to be annoying. I am going to work on getting hit points for heroes back up. Okay, can reduce threat with her. I'll put him on guard, I guess, because he can at least block the other guy. Yeah. I still can't do anything with the sniper. But he can't do enough damage to kill, but he will possibly hurt Gandalf enough. Man, I wish I had a ranged character right now, but it's okay. Okay. So because I defeated that enemy, I can heal Gandalf. I have a feeling he's going to be taking the damage. Oh, no, he finished off my other guard. Okay, so now I can finish this guy off, which will give me more healing. And I'll go ahead and get Glorfindel up. Okay. Summon 1 East Bite Patrol and 1 Ranging Goblin. Is that part of the revenge effect, maybe? Which is okay, because I don't think I need to worry about it. I will have... Oof. I'll have Tom kind of take his power away. So he's basically useless. And I won't kill him because he'll bring in some other guys. We'll just finish out. Yeah. Whew. Nice. Quest rewards. Completion. Playstyle adventure. Timely rescue. Ready 1 wounded character. That's cool. Travel from the pit with every hero at full health. That'd be hard to do. Into the dungeon, end around with 0 orcs in play. Yeah, definitely hard to do with a spirit lore deck. Those 2 objectives. All right, well, I did complete Quest 4. Taking a look at, I was basically playing through the tutorial and then the first campaign and kind of playing through everything again since they were close to release. And I just wanted to take a look at what changes had been made from the time I had first played it. So at this point, we played the campaign, which is a really cool tutorial campaign. I'm kind of interested how they've maybe changed that. I did hear that they changed the deck building quest, but I only have one quest left: the down the Anduin for the Shadow's Reach, and then I have the second campaign, 3 encounters. No big deal. Joe's got to get back on here at some point. We got to continue our campaign playthrough cooperatively. I think we're actually on the same stage I just played with single player. So at this point, we'll get Joe on here and finish that out. Finish campaign 1 pretty easily, I think. But definitely a lot of fun. Really cool. Still a lot of fun. I like the little graphical tweaks and cool little effects, and the fact that the graphic effects are definitely even upgraded beyond what they were in the early release, at least what I saw, if you make sure and change the settings. I'm still waiting on the resolution that matches my monitor. This is kind of what it looks like. You have the little pictures on either side, which are cool pictures, but definitely I wish I could get it stretched out and blown up a little bit. Definitely will be fun to keep playing. I think what I might do is maybe do a little bit of, in the next couple weeks, like maybe switch back and forth, play a quest on one and a quest on the other, just to try to finish out my Gloomhaven preview of what's available so far. I want to definitely take a look at those X cards next time, show you guys how those kind of work, because I think it definitely adds a lot to tactics and strategizing, that kind of thing. All right, well, until then, until next week, we'll see all of you later. And don't forget to check out this Saturday. We're going to be starting a brand new campaign on Table Flipping Games with DeFebruar Jofos and Mr. Chia. So make sure and tune in for that. It's going to be really exciting. We'll be revealing what our new campaign is, and then we'll start playing it. So it'll be really exciting. Make sure and tune in there. Otherwise, I'll see you back here next Tuesday with some more. I might go ahead and see if I can finish out this with this new deck. I really like it with Glorfindel. The last quest down the Anduin, and then switch back to Gloomhaven after that. Till then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.